Hello YouTube and welcome back to So That's Gaming and another episode of Throwback Thursday. So like I said, welcome back and thanks for watching. This is a game that I've put off long enough. I'm surprised I haven't gotten to it sooner because it was definitely one of my favorites back in the day. We're going to be taking a look at Ultima VI, The False Prophet. Released in 1990 by Origin before they were like accumulated by EA and became the devil. I mean, but yeah. So, yeah. So, Ultima VI was the last game in the Age of Enlightenment trilogy. And the Ultima series in general, for the longest time, was primarily developed on the Apple II series. But Ultima VI wasn't because of all the new detail and graphics. It was considered to be impossible, especially for the early 90s. I mean, the game itself had outgrown the whole 8-bit era, and so while they tried at one point to get it ported over, but gave up on the project because it was too much work. It was, however, ported to the Commodore 64, but due to the limitations of the system, many things were cut out, like the portraits, which you'll see here in a little bit, horses, gems. If you guys are familiar with this game, you know what the gems are. Let me see, what else? A lot of the characters and NPCs had reduced dialogue. And when it was all done, it spanned across 6 Commodore 1541 discs, which were 5 1/4 inch floppies. They were double-sided, but the total size of the game was like 1 megabyte, and which I don't think anybody today can really fathom how small 1 megabyte is, because nowadays we're talking like hundreds of megs, gigs, and terabytes, and so nothing's just 1 megabyte. And these floppy disks that I talked about, these 1541, single-sided disk is only 170 kilobytes, and on a 5 1/4 inch floppy, it's crazy. And so later on, there was a port for FM towns. It's I don't know much about FM towns, only the fact that the few of the games that I've seen that were ported over to it, this one included a lot of the Scum games like Day of the Tentacle and a few others. Loom were also ported over to FM towns, and this game, Ultima VI, included full speech in both English and Japanese. And the voice acting was done by the people at Origin. Each person did the voicing for the character that they represented. Example, the main guy at Origin, the CEO, owner, founder, Richard Garriott, is aka Lord British. So he did all the voiceover work for Lord British, and one of his other friends did Dupre, and then Shimino, and Yolo. Each of the real people that each one of these characters was based off of, they did the voice acting for it. So, I mean, these games came packed with all kinds of goodies. And I'm going to kind of go through the introduction here. I do have the original box, and I am playing off the original disc through DOSBox to show you this video. But I do have a box somewhere. I don't remember where it is right now, but I used to have most of these games actually, but I sold them for other reasons years ago. But they all came packed with all kinds of goodies, to the point that early in the Ultima series, they were constantly going to Richard, telling him, you got to stop all this. You know, you're eating into our profits because you want to include all these little trinkets. Like one of them had these little aluminum stamped rune stones, which is pretty cool, and they all had cloth maps. This one had a cloth map and a moonstone, which was made from colored glass. There was also a not an ultimate edition, more like a bonus edition of this game that was available through mail order, like a special edition that was signed by Richard Garriott, and it included a moonstone of better quality or something. So, and get through this, and we'll get into the game engine, game system, and all that. Blah blah blah. And so the nice thing about DOSBox is the fact that I'm able to emulate some of the audio hardware that I didn't have back in the day. I mean, I have this emulating on a Roland MIDI system, which sounds really good. The PC speaker version of this didn't sound that great, but I also played it on my Tandy 1000. Oops. Which had, you know, a different kind of PC speaker. It had like a 3-voice PC speaker, and it sounded pretty good. So, yeah, get through here. Blah, 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 blah. We're just gonna... Let's see what we come out with. Some random mixture. Little of this, little of that. This is will help you determine. What your choices through this section here will determine, you know, what you start your character with when you actually get into the game. And so, whether or not you're more towards valor or compassion, honesty, so on and so forth, that kind of thing. Okay. What? Oh. Did all that for nothing. Whoops. Come on. There you go. Alright. Let's do some attacking, alright? As you can tell, it's a tile-based, turn-based game. And I remember when I first discovered this game, I didn't know what I was supposed to be doing. I'd go around killing monsters, breaking into houses, breaking into locked chests, getting all their goodies, gold, and there are actually cheats to this game. And before the internet, discovering what those cheats were was a challenge. Unless you knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody. So, yeah, dang, I didn't think he was gonna die. Where did the girl go? Yeah, it was crazy because I had no idea what the game was about, but I knew I enjoyed playing it. Where did the other girl go? Is he running away? I knew there was another one. I never had him run away like this before. You're done now. Alright. Let's turn off battle mode here. Let's see if I remember these questions, because this is where the copy protection comes into, because if you don't know all the answers to his questions, in other words, if you don't have, where is it at? The compendium. It's fully illustrated, tells you about towns and monsters and spells and reagents and hold on, it's gonna be just put to sleep. The pods. Spirits. Fog. Crap. see. Let's try this again here. Blah blah blah. How does oh crap. Torch. What part of the Tangle Vine pod? And what value can one find near the spawning grounds of hydras? Ooh, flower. Whoops. Flower. Vines. Oh wait, no, wait. Moss. Mandrake. Blood moss. It's a reagent. I thought. I can't. Man, let's try this again. We're gonna get through there. Just bear with me. What part of the pod? We know that. Damn it. Okay, forget it. I don't remember. You know what? Try one more time because this is irritating. Pod. How do giants' beaks? Trolls lack endurance. Haha! It is me. Here's the key to my kingdom, is what he says. Or castle, whatever. Also lets you into the sewers under the castles, lower the drawbridge, and all that good stuff. Blah, 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 blah. You don't care about all this. If you want to know more about this, play it yourself. So, but let's go ahead and heal everybody. He waves his hand, the whole party's healed. Just like that. And so, alright, let's get out of here. But, this is how the whole game looks, and you can use a mouse to click these things down here, but I never liked using the mouse. It's just so much easier to use the arrow keys and to explore. You know, here's his bedroom. Another thing that became kind of a goal, I guess, or a challenge of many players, which Richard Garriott found out later on, and he ended up implementing new ways of accomplishing said feat in this one, maybe the one previous, and future Ultima games, and that's how to kill Lord British. How do you do it? Because if you attack him, one hit, you're dead. That's it. You don't stand a chance against Lord British. And that's the guy who we talked to before. And so, got all these potions here. There's the court jester. But I'm not going to get too far into the game. But here's Lord British. Let's have some fun. The darkness engulfs thee. That's all she wrote. Oh, my blood's still there. Let me see how I... Inventory? I don't remember how to switch between my... Ah, there we go. I ain't got nothing. There's Dupre in his inventory. I got 65 gold. I'm rolling in the dough here. But, and so, now, all the previous chapters of Ultima VI were not this pretty. They were EGA and CGA graphics, all line drawings and crude symbols to represent certain items in the game. But it improved beyond this by leaps and bounds once you get to the Ultima VII, which was split into two parts, part 1 and part 2, the Silver Serpent and the Black Gate. And yeah, but the community for these games is so huge, it's just unbelievable, that there's been several other remakes of many of the other games prior to this, and this one included. I even think someone made a full, like, I know it's not Minecraft, but basically a resource pack for, I think, 4 or 5 that basically uses the same or similar tiles and graphics that are used in Ultima 6 to update the graphics for Ultima 4 or 5. I don't remember which one it is. And there's also a couple different remakes for Ultima 6. One of them being titled the U6 Project, which runs on the original Dungeon Siege as a mod for Dungeon Siege. So, but you know, this is Ultima 6 is one of my favorite games, and I played it for like, I don't know, hours and hours, not knowing what I was doing, exploring, killing gargoyles and other beasts of the game. But then I eventually figured out what the whole objective of the game was. You know, you have these shrines. There's 8 of them, one representing one virtue, like valor, honesty, justice, so on and so forth. All 8 virtues, and they're all imprisoned by the gargoyles. You have to free all the shrines, and then you gotta go on a spiritual quest and make a lens and take care of the codex and all kinds of crazy stuff. But it can be completed in a good long sitting or casually over a few days once you know how to do it. So that's Ultima 6. So let me know what you think. Like I said, this is one of my favorite games back in the day. So if you guys get the opportunity to dust off your I don't know, DOS box or whatever virtual machine you guys prefer to use, go ahead and give this a game a spin. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you played it before, if you want to play it, I mean, it's available on the Origin store. I think it's also available at GOG.com. I do not believe it's available on Steam because of the tight grip that EA has on a majority of their titles. But so yeah. Let me know what you're looking forward to seeing in a future Throwback Thursday episode. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, liked it, or at least liked my effort I put into it. Comment, share with your friends, and if you haven't already done so, get subscribed. Keep coming back for more gaming videos, and we will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Peace.